Bring in Miami and Cal, the host of College Gameday. This one's at 9:30 Central Time.
Is this the latest kick ever for a College Gameday location?
It's got to be. There's got to be a Boise back when they did it. That was as late, right? You got to think so, but it's pretty late.
Idaho Mountain time or West Coast time?
I know they play a lot of 9 p.m. games, so if that tells you that, because I think they play at 9 p.m.
Somebody from Idaho in the chat, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you're from Idaho. Drop in what time it is. If you like potatoes,
let us know, dude.
All right, Miami, Cal. This one should be a fun one. Miami's a 10-point favorite coming off a last-minute debatable win against Virginia Tech, and Cal had the hype. Everybody loved the Calgorithm. Let's see if that fandom can come back on X this week. Jake, break this one down.
Yeah, this is, college football in 2024, right? Somehow Miami's going across country this is a conference game
matchup.
I think it actually, in all seriousness, this is an interesting matchup. Cam Ward and the offense, they were clicking. I thought they were really good in some spots last week still, but some turnover susceptibility that maybe Cal can take advantage of. I think this Cal defense is good, but I feel like the offense has kind of lacked a little bit. Whether it's Mendoza, I'm not sure. I don't think Chandler Rogers has played for them this year. I can't lie that I've said I've watched every Cal game. JP says a little bit. Jaden Ott's been kind of banged up. I think he's going to play in this game from everything that I've seen. But if you would have told me that the defense would be carrying this team right now, in the preseason, I wouldn't have believed it. But they're going to need the defense to show up Saturday night to give this Miami offense some hell if they want to have a shot in pulling off the upset.
All right, JP, give us your thoughts on this matchup.
Yeah, I think when Cal went into Florida State, I thought there was a real shot they should win that game. What ended up happening was we aren't staying healthy if you're Cal, and you ran into a defensive front that gave you real problems. And Miami's going to bring those same problems with the defensive front that they possess. Now, defense does travel. Way emotional win last week for Miami. Now you're going across country. I know that, it is what it is, and they kind of plan for it, and they're there a day early. Okay, that's fine, but it's just a different dynamic from a Miami team that we need to continually see prove us wrong in situations where traditionally they've lost these games. Again, I think Jake hit it on the head with Mendoza and this offense just not kind of getting going the way we thought it might. There's a time to do it, and right now at home against a team with a really good defense is the one to do it, because if your defense is out there, whether they've been good or not for too long against a Cam Ward-led offense that's very can get any broken play to be a 25-yard gain, I think that becomes a problem. Like if they're just running things and they're on, 5 yards, 6 yards, 10-yard gain, 2-yard gain, 5-yard gain, that's one thing. But this is a team that can hit you for a ton of explosives on off-schedule plays. And so I think that's where the worry comes in here. Again, find a way to handle the Miami front, find a way to keep the ball in your hands, and just find some kind of rhythm and make this game into a Cal version of this game and not a Miami up-tempo. Keep the ball in their hands and making big plays type game, because that's where this could get out of control, I think.
Yeah, if you're Cal, you got to feel like you're in a good spot. I mean, they had a team last year that was be competitive randomly in games, but they couldn't get a stop to save their life. Beginning of this year, they were getting the stops, still were pretty consistently good on offense, 55th in the country right now in yards per game on the offense side of the ball. However, you are bringing in a madhouse of an offense, the number one overall offense in college football yards per game wise at 594 yards. Let me tell you what that is made up of, though. What do you think the passing number is of that Miami offense? Well, if you said 409 of the 500 you'd be correct. I mean, they want to throw the ball. So that's what you have to limit. You have to stop Cam Ward and pray. And we've talked about this before because we're a pro Cam Ward podcast. Cam Ward is a little bit different in October. He has been in his career, Washington State time. That's when he starts turning the ball over. Jake talks about it all the time. JP mentions it. Reese even mentions it. You need that to be competitive with the offensive firepower that you're about to see from Miami. Not that Cal hasn't gotten the stops throughout the year, but you're asking a lot for a defense to fall into old habits and letting a Miami offense pretty much dictate the rest of this game. Defensively for Miami, you got to limit Jaden Ott, Javion Thomas in a screen game on the ground. That's what Cal's going to do. They're going to want to keep this Miami offense off the field. I don't know if they can do it enough with the amount of firepower you have, not only in Cam Ward, but Damien Martinez. I think people, a lot of the time with how Cam Ward's playing, people are forgetting that that's who he's handing it off to when they are running the ball very few times. It's an elite back. So it's too much firepower on the offense for Miami in this spot. In my mind, Reese.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of Miami for Cal to handle. You talk about, I mean, Jay Nott is their offense, and he's been handling injuries all year too. They're going to try to make it ugly. Can they make it that ugly for that long? Like you watch Cam Ward play, the dude can just improvise. It can be 3rd and 17, and he's going to run for it. He's going to get a check down. He's going to underhand a ball to somebody, or he's going to throw a 40-yard bomb. Like the guy is just good. He knows how to get his team to win football games. And that game last week, I think, was just a little bit of a wake-up call. You kind of think this is maybe a spot where you kind of get lulled to sleep. I mean, you are. I saw that. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it's like, imagine being the equipment manager driving the truck from Miami to Cal for this game right now. Like, that's ridiculous. So if you think about how far these guys got to travel, like, yeah, there's a chance to kind of lull and fall asleep. But I think there's just too many athletes on this Miami team that this number is, I'm surprised it's not bigger. I think Miami just goes in and handles this one. I don't know if there's Cam Ward has to turn over the ball 5-6 times, I think, for Cal to keep this thing close. And I just don't see him doing it that many times. They're going to start running the ball if that happens.
Fair breakdown there. All right, kick it off roundtable style. Final thoughts. Who wins? Who covers? Jake.
Yeah, like I said, defense has been really good. I just wish Cal had a go-to receiver. I don't feel like they do it, but also haven't we forgotten?
Let's breathe a little bit. 1 second. We're just gonna let it catch.
I'm not sure what.
Here we go.
It's just like a connection thing. Take come back a little bit and just talk.
Push the mic down.
Try to be monotone.
Somebody else just go.
Okay. No, you good. You sounded good there.
I think you're fine.
That was good right there.
All right. Just give me Cal. I'm going to take Cal at home.
Simplified it.
Okay.
Cal plus the 10
Thanks, buddy.
at home.
Thank you.
And Miami wins the game, though, Jake?
Yeah, I'll take Miami to win, sure.
All right. So Cal at home in Jake's spot. Reese, give us your thoughts. Who wins? Who covers?
Thanks, Jake, for taking Cal. I'm taking Miami in a landslide. I'll go 42-13.
Oh, my God. All right. There is a lot of confidence in the Canes. This is past, obviously, this is Tyler Van Dyke era. I think this is where you kind of get that Miami lull game where they get beat on the road in this spot. I think there's too much offensive firepower. And Cam Ward, if you're going to look for a quarterback that doesn't give a shit where he's playing, it's going to be in Cam Ward. I mean, he doesn't care where he's at. So I don't expect any slow starts from him. I like Miami in this spot, 38-24, and that is a cover on the road against Cal. JP.
Yeah, I really wanted to be the weird one in this one. I'll take Cal on the points. Just a spot where I think
Jordan,
you're after a really tough emotional win. You're going across country. Cal's a little down. No one's really thinking about it. Somebody knows something. 10 seems like a little low. There's a reason for that because somebody knows something. So I'll take Cal here, but I really thought I was going to be the lone dog on it.
coming off a bye week, by the way.
That also wouldn't shock me, though, because you're coming off a bye week, and you're also probably getting back the healthiest version of Jaden Knott you've had since week one, which is obviously a very valuable piece for Cal. So 2-2 split to end the previews tonight.